I have quiet at the house today, and I struggle with all the noise as a parent, the constant noise. And it's something that I did not realize was going to happen with children. I never noticed the noise that kids made or that I made as a kid. I knew there would be noise, but just the level and the volume and all the things. It's amazing. But a quiet house I'm used to quiet, and I get to listen to guidance with quiet, and I can feel safer when I hear a lot of yelling and all the noise. My anxiety kind of starts to go up a bit, and my shoulders go up, and it just becomes a sensory overload. There's a few things going on with that I want to share because they're helpful for me, and I thought they may be helpful for you as well. That it's not just the noise that we're constantly receiving when we're with our kids, because we can hear them whether they're near or far. But when they're here and we can physically hear the noise, we're also hearing their ask, we're hearing their energy, we're hearing their guidance, we're hearing all the things that they're putting out there energetically, and they're asking us to do something about it because they know that we are the person that gets things done for them. We are their person. They don't necessarily ask the universe because they're in a physical body, and as they're developing and growing, they expect their physical body and the physicalness of the world to be the reality and all that is. And yes, we can explain energy, and yes, we can explain non-physical, and yes, we can explain guidance and all the other things that come. But we still, as grown-ups, we like the physicalness. So we expect the physical world to be our caretaker, and the physical world caretaker is us as parents. And so they're asking us to fix all these things, or to give the thing, or to make the thing, or do the thing. It's to provide relief of whatever that is. So we're hearing so much more than just the physical words, whether we're acknowledging it or not, whether you acknowledge that you can hear energy or not. You're getting it, you're hearing it. When you walk into a crowded space, when you walk into a place where something has happened. Doctor's offices are always very interesting to me because there's a lot wrapped up in a doctor's office. And it's not out loud sound. Doctor's offices are typically very quiet. But there's a lot going on there, and it can be overwhelming for me to walk in. Like, okay. So, the first thing I wanted to kind of get through is acknowledging the energy that we're constantly processing as parents. And it is so easy and not easy to shut it off. And that's what so many people have done. And we don't get that option anymore. We're all turning back on. The TV's turning on. The guidance is coming through. We get to be okay with it. So I grab my coffee mug here. And so it's turning on. And the volume's getting louder. And if we're not paying attention, it's really uncomfortable because we're not tuned into, as I was being told, as I was guided this morning and be kind of going through ramblings of stuff. If you're not intentional about the channel that you're picking to listen to, it's going to get really ugly really quick because there's a lot of garbage out there and a lot of white noise and just like that weird, eerie ick. And you can listen to it. There's nothing wrong with listening to it, but it's not going to help you hear guidance. It's not going to help you connect in a heart-based way with anything you're trying to create. So there's no right or wrong to it. It's just awareness. Like, oh, this channel's not really my channel. Okay, switch the channel. What channel is going to feel better to me? And as we kind of grow and develop in our space with our kids, in our space as a parent, as our space as grown-ups, in our space as this evolving ascension path that we are on, the channels evolve. We're not going to stay on the same channel. You don't watch Sesame Street as an adult intending to learn the alphabet. Does that make sense? Like, you can watch Sesame Street and you can love Sesame Street, but you're not there learning the alphabet as a 35-year-old person watching Sesame Street. And if you are, that's awesome. But we're going to change the channel a bit. So you got to figure out what channel you are on and what channel you need to be on. And what does that channel feel like? Are you listening to it? Did you where are you with the channel? And that kind of goes the same when we're listening to our kids and their ask and all the noise. And the noise is like a channel, because there's a way to cut through it. And it takes practice. And that's that mindfulness thing. So a lot of us have heard of meditation. A lot of us have heard of all the mindfulness stuff. But the mindfulness really is the intention of focus. And it is a practice, because we're all doing different things at different times during the day, and every day the energy changes. And I'm getting the kind wallop of a reminder that I get to be mindful too, because I get overwhelmed with the sound. I get overwhelmed with the ask. I get overwhelmed when my kids physically pull on me. It can be uncomfortable, and I have to ask them to stop. If they keep yanking on me, my body starts to panic. And so I can communicate that with them, but I also get to take a breath and say, okay, you want something from me. You want my time. You want my attention. You want to show me something. Am I stopping what I'm doing right now and shifting my focus to you, or do I ask you to wait? And I have a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, and we're home a lot. And so they expect my time. And when I'm available, they demand my time. But I also understand that they're kind of at a spot where I can reason with them a little bit. And I can explain, like, I got a task to finish. I'm in the middle of a task. Can I finish this task? And they will wait with a reasonable amount of expectation. But that doesn't mean that I didn't ask that of my kids when they were tiny and they couldn't use words. That doesn't mean that I don't ask that of grown-ups that I work with. So the intention of how we're listening and communicating with others, and that mindfulness of noise, is something I'm really chewing on today. And I don't feel like I'm getting to a point, but I'm hoping that it kind of gives you little nuggets to receive the guidance when you're in those moments, because I don't have like a hard and fast on this. What is your focus? What is your intention with your actions? Like, even now, I'm kind of serious in this because I'm trying to get my point across, and I'm focusing on my words, and I want to be clear and get to a point. And at the same time, like, my inside is just laughing. My inner child is just laughing. They're just having a good time. They're playing. They're outside in the sun. It feels so good. Oh my gosh, the spring is here. The squirrels are running amok, being complete goof butts. And I put birdseed out because I have a heart for them, to make sure they're all fat and sassy all summer long. And yes, I'm talking about you. And they run around, they chase each other, and they just bring so much joy. So can I take a minute and just have joy? Just have joy in the things going on. None of this is a big deal. It's all okay. Anywho, so focus, right? We're focusing. What channel are we listening to? Where's the joy and the laughter? Are we speaking from our hearts? Are we listening from our hearts? Where is that in our action during the day? And that's all there really is to it. But the idea is that I'm not here to teach you or tell you how to be a parent with your kids, but there is a way to connect to your guidance, to their guidance, to the energy of those things and all that is. And that's the teacher. That's the teacher, not me. I'm a helper. I'm a channel and a conduit of information, but I am not here to provide a manual on how to do your parenting things. But it is parenting with intuition, because intuition is my teacher. And it's a moment by moment thing. And it reminds me to laugh and to have a good time and to just be in the joy and recognize all the wonderful things that are happening. And just let that be. And that's all that it has to be sometimes.